Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Caring Corner. This month we're going to focus on nutrition as March is National Nutrition Month. And so today we're going to look at some tips when it comes to aging and eating healthy. And we're also going to have a little bit of information about the SNAP program. Giving your body the right nutrients and maintaining a healthy weight can help you stay active and independent. A healthy diet can improve some chronic conditions such as diabetes or heart disease. The definition of healthy eating actually does change a little bit as we age. For example, your metabolism slows down, so you may need fewer calories than before. Your body also needs more of certain nutrients. That means it's more important than ever to choose foods that give you the best nutritional value. Today we're going to explore some ways to help us find the best foods for our body and our budget. So the first thing that we need to look at is knowing exactly what a healthy plate looks like. You may remember the food pyramid, but the USDA recently unveiled a much simpler way to help people see what they should eat each day, and it's called My Plate. You can find this at choosemyplate.gov. They show exactly how the 5 food groups should stack up on your plate. These are the building blocks for a healthy diet. Some of the other helpful tips on the website are the My Plate quiz and the My Plate app that allows you to track your nutrition. Second, we want to be looking for important nutrients. Make sure you eat a variety of foods to get all of the nutrients that your body needs. Your plate should look like a rainbow, filled with bright, colorful foods. A healthy meal should include lean protein, such as seafood, eggs, lean meats, or beans. Fruits and vegetables. Often think of orange, red, green, and purple foods. Whole grains like brown rice or whole wheat pasta is a good choice. And low-fat dairy. Remember to be choosing foods that are high in fiber and low in sodium or salt. Also, important minerals such as vitamin D is an important mineral that we need to make sure that we're ingesting as we age. The third thing that we need to be doing is reading the nutrition facts labels. The healthiest foods are whole foods, and these are often found on the perimeter of grocery stores in the produce, meat, and dairy sections. When you do eat packaged foods, be a smart shopper and read those labels to find out exactly what is in the food that you're eating, and make sure you pay attention to foods that are lower in fat, added sugars, and sodium. The fourth tip is use recommended serving sizes. To maintain our weight, we must eat the right amount of food for our bodies and our age. The American Heart Association provides recommended daily servings, and to check those out, visit www.heart.org. Fifth, we need to make sure we're staying hydrated. We oftentimes forget that water is an important nutrient too. We don't need to let ourselves get dehydrated. Drink plenty of water throughout the day and try to keep drinks with sugar and salt at a minimum. One way that I like to get my water intake is by adding some fruit or vegetables into it. It's called infused water, and one of my favorites is adding cucumber and lemon into my water to make sure I'm getting the amount of water that I need during the day. Our last tip for the day is talking about how to stretch your food budget. SNAP Coordinator Miranda sat down with Claire to talk about some great insights when it comes to the SNAP program and being a family caregiver.
Hey everyone, this is Claire with the Family Caregiver Program, and today I have with me Miranda Malin. We're excited to have us join us for National Nutrition Month, so we're excited to have her. to talk a little bit about SNAP and what that actually entails. So Miranda is the SNAP coordinator, and Miranda, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. So my first question, what is SNAP?
So SNAP is the Supplemental Nutrition Assistant Program, which is formerly known as food stamps.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yes, I always hear people talk about their food stamps and everything like that. So that is good information to know. So what are the eligibility requirements for SNAP?
Well, DHS looks at several things. They look at things like your monthly income before taxes or any kind of deductions. They look at various amounts of bills, including your sheltering expenses like your rent or mortgage, electricity, water, phone, and they also look at your medical bills, but primarily they look at your monthly income as well as your household size.
Wow. So I didn't know that medical bills could be included in
Yes,
that.
absolutely.
So that is great. I'd also heard that you could even count your mileage to the doctor. Is that true?
Mhm.
Wow, that is great. That is great. So what would someone do if they've gone to apply for SNAP benefits and they didn't include the medical deductions? What would be their process to get that corrected?
Well, they could definitely contact me, or they could contact DHS directly. If they go through me, then I can go ahead and just kind of get copies of those medical bills and just have them sign and send it off to DHS for them on behalf of them.
Okay, that's great. That is wonderful. So, as a caregiver, and I'm trying to apply for my loved one for these benefits, what would be my steps? What do I need to do first, and where do I turn?
Well, the first is to call me.
Okay.
I am more than happy to help caregivers, clients, whoever. I have a lot of caregivers that call and talk to me, and they would just need to know some general information like their the client's name, date of birth, address, but then also information like their income and their bills, how much their bills usually cost.
Okay.
And even if they're not, exactly to the decimal point, I can give them a pretty good guess.
Okay. So, what if a caregiver is reluctant to do it because they don't have POA, power of attorney? Can you still help
Absolutely.
them? Oh, that is wonderful.
Absolutely.
And so I can definitely call on my loved one's behalf, and you can talk with me. That is wonderful, because that's always a huge concern with caregivers.
Absolutely.
As well. And so after we've applied, and we applied for the SNAP benefits, and sometimes I've heard of people getting recertifications. So if I get a recertification, what do I do?
Well, basically they send you something in the mail that says, the year is up or whatever time frame they decided, and they just want to know if anything has changed, if anything, any kind of medical bills have changed, or if your household situation has changed, your income, and they send you a form that you can fill out, but I can actually assist with those as well.
Oh, that's wonderful, because sometimes those forms can be so involved.
Yes.
And I know, because I've seen you and Nestor do it, where it's as simple as avoiding certain boxes and filling out the right box. So that is great. That is great. Well, we appreciate you being here. Is there any other tips that you want to give to a caregiver, like anything that you've seen that they miss, or anything along those lines?
Really, the only thing, kind of going back to what you said, being a POA really doesn't affect it as much as you would think that it would. Caregivers are more than welcome to call me. Now, the client will have to be the one to sign, but actually they even offer a person that they can add on to their account if they were to get approved. And if that caregiver wants to be that person and the client agrees, then they can just sign. And in the future, if there's an issue, that caregiver can always call DHS. They don't necessarily have to be their POA.
Oh, that is great. Another barrier that I've heard is some people say, I'm only going to get $15. Why even apply? What do you say to someone that comes to you like that?
Well, honestly, I know that $15 or $16 doesn't sound like a lot, but what it brings, it can definitely make up for it. And one thing that even though you may only get $16, the eligibility requirements for food stamps are very similar to what some other assistant programs and your local UCHRA offices and that kind of thing.
Okay.
In particular, LIHEAP and commodities. Typically, if you're approved for food stamps, you'll be approved for LIHEAP and commodities as well.
That's great.
There's an option for extra QMB assistance. There's an option for
Hold on one second. I know it's so easy for us to speak in acronyms. You said QMB.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to tell us what that is?
Well,
and if you don't know, I know off the top of my head. I didn't mean to trick her, guys.
off the top of my head.
It's a QMB is qualified Medicare beneficiary.
Right.
So yeah, I was trying to trick Miranda. She did great. We appreciate her. The other thing I wanted to ask about is, can the benefits roll over? So let's say I only qualified for $16.
Mm-hmm.
Can I not use it this month and let it accumulate?
Absolutely. They do have a typical in the past. They'll let it go for about 6 months or so without being used, and then if it's not used, they'll typically wipe it clean and then start over. At least in my experience with our clients. But if you wanted to use, say, $10 of it and left $5, that's fine. It can kind of roll over, and you can use it next month or 2 months from now.
Yeah. So you said a max amount. We think up to 6 months.
Yes.
Okay. So use it before your 6 months is
Yes.
up. And then a range. What are my ranges of the benefits? We know $16 is our base. How high can we get those benefits?
Well, for a household of one, the max amount of benefits is $204.
Oh wow.
So it's a big jump.
Yes, that is great. That is wonderful. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you taking time to do this for us and answer our questions. So thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.